Hi there everybody, it is the 19th, Wednesday of August. Just looking outside because I'm shooting. It's raining right now, but so I've got the curtains open for a bit of light, and because it's raining there's nobody going to be walking past to look at me, staring at me as I talk. Anyway, so this weekend, Grand Prix, the Formula 1 Grand Prix is back on again. After a month off with the usual mid-season break. So let's have a look at what happened in the last race. It was the Hungarian Grand Prix, and despite the fact that Lewis Hamilton was leading everything, fastest in all the practice runs and in qualifying and everything, as soon as the race started, him and his teammate Nico suddenly fell behind as the both Ferraris took the lead. Up until that point, almost everybody who was watching, me included, assumed that Lewis was going to walk it. But he had a bad start, the Ferraris took the lead, and Vettel in his Ferrari, once he was in the lead, he pretty much just stayed there. Just kept on until the finish, winning it comfortably. In what was it? 15 seconds ahead of second place, and second and third were the Red Bulls. Daniel Kvyat taking his highest place finish since his start in Formula 1 a couple of years ago, and his teammate Daniel Ricciardo coming in third, despite the fact that he had a broken front wing, had some car damage after hitting both Mercedes cars during the race, and but still managed to pull his way up to third place, which is pretty good. Max Verstappen came fourth. I think that is his highest. Is that his highest finish of the season in his first time in Formula 1? Did very well. So essentially, what we learned from this race is that when the Mercedes is not in the lead and has to battle for places, the car doesn't do too well with all the turbulent air from the cars in front of it. But apart from that, the race itself was pretty exciting all the way from start to finish. There was something happening all the way through it, and so anybody who watched it will have had a good time. A good way to close off the first half of the season. So this weekend, it's Wednesday now, so they'll be arriving as I speak at the Spa-Francorchamps over there in the forest down there in Belgium. Practice will start on Friday, and the race will be on Sunday. So who do you think is going to do well in Belgium? The Mercedes should do well again, which shouldn't come as a surprise because the Mercedes seems to be better this year than it was last year, though the Ferraris are catching up. Not very close up, but they are getting there. So the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend. Who do you think is going to do well? Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be a repeat of the Hungarian Grand Prix? Spa-Francorchamps is a very different track to Hungary, so it's a track that should favour power and speed. So the Mercedes should do very well at that track. The Ferrari, pretty much third and fourth, assuming Kimi Raikkonen is happy with the car. Though having said that, the Williams should do pretty well as well, I think. The Williams is a fast car. I'm not sure if they're going to do so well with the fast curvy corners, because they seem to be lacking a little bit of downforce, which the Ferraris and Mercedes have, and the Red Bull have. The Red Bull would do well there, but they're having problems with the engine power. That Renault's not quite as powerful as it could be, which is one of the main reasons why the bosses of Red Bull are a bit disappointed with Renault, let's put it that way. But hopefully Renault will put their finger out and produce an engine that is almost as good as, if not as good as, the Ferrari, or indeed even the Mercedes. Honda with the McLaren, yeah, they're going to have difficulties at that track, unless Honda have made a Mark II version of the engine. It may be unlikely. I'm not sure how that's all going to work, because it may be next season before they start producing an engine that's going to rival the leaders of the pack, the Mercedes and the Ferrari, but we'll see. So Belgium, who do you think is going to do well? Comment below and let me know. Until tomorrow.